Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 240. I hope you guys had a good day and are doing better than yesterday. Time is currently 5:47. Now, this morning I didn't want to get up. My alarm rang and I wanted to sleep in. But everybody else in my house is up, well, at least my dad, so I couldn't really rest my mind. And plus, I don't have the habit of forcing myself to sleep, so I couldn't do it anyways. But yesterday I didn't have a good sleep because I didn't have an allocated time to kind of quiet my mind down. I didn't wind down the night. I was in my room just working. So going straight to bed, my mind was still racing and I didn't sleep. So today definitely isn't the best. However, I guess I did sleep some bit. So it is better than yesterday not sleeping at all. So I do expect myself to perform just a little bit better, and hopefully then today I could do a little bit more than yesterday. But that is the plan, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
So guys, it is currently 6:47. About to go to the gym and go do some insane deadlifts, and hopefully the session will be good today. But either way, I'm just gonna push myself, push to the hardest, because that is the only way if you can actually tell that you're improving or not. Because if you don't push yourself, then how could you be better than yesterday? It is a constant battle with ourselves every single day to test our limits, to push beyond our limits. So sometimes we do have to just bite our teeth and just say, screw it, I'm going to test my capabilities. And only then will we know what we're truly capable of. And the thing is, when we do that, we will be surprised that actually, holy crap, we can do much more than we had expected. And that is why it is so important to never just back out, never think that you're not good enough, never think that I can't do this because of this and that, because you truly can. If you control your mind and if you believe that, then everything is possible. With time, everything can happen. So don't give up and keep on trying, and always remember to always keep that peace of mind that you are what you can become. And don't let anyone tell you or justify yourself, because you decide your own fate. You control your own life story. So make the best out of it. But when I come back, I do want to talk about how fatigue can play a role on our productivity. Because a lot of the times, me myself get tired, very fatigued, and I find myself easier to back out at tasks that require more cognitive skills or physical skills. Because fatigue isn't just a physical thing. We can definitely have mental fatigue. And mental fatigue plays a role into physical fatigue, and physical fatigue plays a role into mental fatigue. So if you are tired, if you find yourself losing motivation or perhaps willpower to do the things you said you were going to do, then perhaps fatigue is something you should look into. And this is something I will explain, because I had been through fatigue, I had burned out, I had overtrained, and I will tell you guys how I felt after that and how I managed to overcome it. But most importantly, how can you deal with fatigue before it becomes a serious problem and affects you both mentally and physically. So guys, just came back from the gym and it is currently 9:30. And today I want to talk about why fatigue does slow you down, both mentally and physically. Now we know that physical fatigue is pretty imminent. You go to work, you lift out weights, you come back from a heavy labor job, and you just want to lay on the couch because you feel absolutely dead. Your muscles are aching, you feel tired, you feel sluggish. Now, physical fatigue is something I believe all of us had felt. Now, mental fatigue, however, is a very subtle one. Although it does the similar things as physical fatigue, it is in our mind. So it is very difficult for us then to distinguish physical mental fatigue from just being tired or being lazy. The thing is, we are not just tired from life if we don't do anything. We are tired for a reason. Something is sucking our energy away, whether it's school, work, a demanding boss, a deadline for homework or assessment, whatever the case may be. That thing is sucking away our energy, whether that's through mentally or physically, whether that's demanding us physical work or cognitive work. So either way, the world sucks away our energy, which is why we feel tired, which is why at times we want to break, which is why at times we lay on the couch and kind of regret the things for not doing them. But the thing is, guys, if we don't manage this fatigue, we're going to blame it on tiredness. We're going to blame it on laziness and procrastination and so on. And what this does is actually it reinforces a negative self-image onto us. So we think that we are incompetent. We think that the people who are high achievers have something special that we don't. But the thing is, those high achievers, the people who actually stay focused, understand this concept of fatigue. They understand that even though hard work does get you to where you want to be, you're going to build up fatigue along the way. And excess fatigue over time is going to slow your productivity down. No matter how hard you push, for example, if you work 10 hours straight, have some breaks there and there, just working 10 hours alone, you're going to slowly die down on productivity. You may be sitting there doing the work, however, you may be forgetting, you may not be able to recall, you may actually just not be putting your best foot forward because you had built up fatigue and you are tired. See, I do believe all of us has a certain amount of energy each day. Now, depending on how we manage the fatigue the day prior through recovery, sleep, and how we take care of our self image, that energy will be based on how well we were recovered. So, if we were poorly recovered the day before, whether it's through lack of sleep or just beating ourselves down, then the next day we are going to feel shittier, we're going to have less energy. Though we can still push forward, but I do believe pushing forward through fatigue is going to feel a lot of resistance. There's going to be a lot of times where you just want to don't do the work, throw everything away, and just lay on the couch and be a fat guy. But the thing is, guys, we are not like that because we choose to be lazy. We choose to be lazy because sometimes we just have too much fatigue build up that we just don't want to do something new, that we just don't want to take on new risk. Because fatigue, having an excess amount of fatigue, actually holds you back from taking risk, actually holds you back from starting a new habit and breaking a bad habit. Because excess fatigue makes you become complacent because you want to relax. You want to relax, therefore you cannot take on new risk. Therefore, when you don't take on new risk, when you don't actually do the productive tasks you want to do, create the new habits, you feel shittier about yourself. And what do you do then? You blame it on yourself for being tired, laziness, procrastination, and all of that only repeats the cycle of you being more fatigued the next day. So, all I gotta say is, guys, a lot of the times we are actually have a lot of built up fatigue that we just don't see because we have put up this excuse that we are lazy or tired, but simply that isn't the truth. We are not just lazy, guys. There is a reason to every cause. So if you can find that reason and reevaluate your routine, reevaluate your lifestyle, and manage that fatigue to a degree to then have more energy to take on new risk and break new habits, then that, my friends, is a way to be more productive. And that, my friends, is how you continue to strive for more energy. But that is all I gotta say for right now. I'm gonna go have some food now and shower up, and then I will be into another work blog. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it is currently 3:21. So just finished my first work block. Now there was a bit of resistance with me doing the work today because I just felt very drained. Didn't really sleep too good last night, and that was the build-up fatigue. So I was more inclined to be tired. I was more inclined to be lazy, which I did for a while. I tried to have a nap. I laid there with my heart racing because I know there's stuff to be done. So quick story short, I got up and went into a 3 hour work block. Now, was I productive for the whole 3 hours? Definitely not. I was scratching my head. I was trying to stay focused. I did drink a cup of coffee, which I don't think did anything to me. But at the end of the day, I managed to sit through it and I managed to do some work. I managed to come across problems. And I guess sometimes that is what we have to look out for too. It's not necessarily completing the task, but also measuring how many obstacles, how many challenges can you encounter. Because when you encounter challenges, when you encounter roadblocks, that's also a way of learning. Because then you're actually learning something because you have to overcome this. Now, the matter of overcoming this today or not isn't really relevant. What is relevant though and what is important is actually finding these problems for you to overcome eventually. And honestly, guys, I wouldn't have found these challenges if I didn't sit my ass down and do the work. If I didn't say, David, let's just go into today's work with no expectations, but always try your best. Always try your best. and don't back out. Just going into work with this mindset will reduce the resistance, the initial fear or scared of thinking that you're not gonna do good today or thinking that the task may be hard. Because the bottom line is, whatever you do is going to be difficult. If you think it's easy, then then good luck, because nothing is going to be easy. So always have that expectation. But what will help you overcome this initial fear is don't have too much expectation on yourself. You don't have to master this. You don't have to be the best today. But what you do have to do is actually start today. Because if you don't start today, you'll never have the chance to be good at it. That being said, I'm gonna have a break now, so I'm gonna read some books. Do that for 2 hours, and I'll probably go into another work block after dinner. But I'll see you guys just before that. So, speak soon.
It is currently 7:10, and a part of me is glad to end today here because my brain is honestly fried, guys. I had underestimated how difficult it is to learn code, and I guess definitely trying to learn code on sleep deprivation isn't ideal. I am scratching my head thinking about how this goes together, and just reading all the letters and numbers is like going back to school. And I do believe I had damaged my brain to some degree through my years of drug abuse. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging to rebuild this cognitive skill that I had lost, but I am up for a challenge, which is a good thing because I do believe if we don't back out from a challenge, if we always find a way to the solution, then eventually we become better. Because the damage we had done to yourself is in the past. But what matters now is how can we make today better? How can we learn from today and be better tomorrow? I believe that is something we should all focus on instead of thinking about the past and blaming on the past, saying that we are not going to be this person because we had done such and such to ourselves a long time ago. And that's the key word, it's a long time ago. What matters now is who you are and the skills you possess. And the skills may be nothing at the moment, but the commitment to make something of today, that is a skill not many people choose to possess because they are too busy thinking about the past, dreaming about the past and future, when what really matters now is the present. So all I can say is pick yourself up because you only have yourself when nobody wants to help you. And you can only help yourself to have other people admire you. So that being said, I'm going to have some dinner now. And after I come back, I'll probably just do some more work. But I believe I am going to try another way of educating myself, which is to see other people explain the context to me rather than just reading some words, which I'm absolutely clueless about. But that being said, I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.